Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to this Q&A session and all the students who have joined live. Good morning to everyone. And as you know, this is our Q&A session. So here I'm going to first of all cover all the recent submission work. I'm going to provide you the feedback to that. And after that, if you have any questions, you can ask me. I will provide you solutions live. And later on, if you have time, if you want to attend this session, complete 1 hour, you can attend it because I'm going to work on the work, okay, the artwork that I'm making. So recently I'm doing a commission work, so I'm going to make that live. So you can watch me doing that. And if you have any questions regarding that, you can ask me that also. So once again, good morning, everyone. So yep, let's start the feedback. So from this artwork, the reviews are remaining. All right. So if you are present live, make sure to watch the, you know, feedback where you have to work, what you have to improve. Just keep those things in mind. Okay. So the first work is by Vishalaksha. So Vishalaksha, if I see your artwork completely, okay, I think I have provided the feedback to this. If no, then I'm going to provide you once again. That is the shape of the glass. Okay, if you see, it's not accurate. Just slightly, if you see the upper portion, it is broad. Okay, that you have drawn in your work, it is slightly broader than the actual image. It should be slightly straight. Okay, not completely straight, but slightly. So that improvement you have to do, and the shading work you have done nicely. The steel effect is also coming, but one thing you can do more better is cover those white spaces. Okay, if you see the edges, so some finishing work is required over there. Okay, on this part also, if you see few white dots or few white particles, I can see in the shading. So that smoothness you have to bring. Otherwise, your overall result is good. So just improve the shape and the finishing work. Then next is by Annapurna. So Annapurna, I hope you are here watching it live. So these are the feedbacks about your work. So overall shape of the flower is good. Okay, the proportion work is quite nice. You have also achieved some amount of white values, okay, lighter values. But where you have to improve is, if you see, you will be able to see that in some of the petals, those lines, those strokes are visible, right? Not every, but I think two to three petals, like the left one, the bottom one, and bottom right. Okay, so there, if you see, those strokes and those patches are visible. So that you have to improve, and as well as in the background also. The background is not completely mixed. It's not smooth. Okay, the gradient effect is not coming, right? So that improvement you have to do, and make your artwork clear. I'm not saying it's bad, but those finishing touches are missing. Okay, if you see this center portion is completely messed up, then the difference, or the difference between two petals, if you see these edges, they are not sharp, they are not clear. Okay, they are mixing up. So that difference you have to create. So make sure that you have that finishing touch as well. If I say your drawing is 60% done, but 40% you have to more improve. Okay, so just have more focus while doing finishing touches, while working on edges. Just give more time to it. Okay, and you will get more better result than this as well. So I can see that you have quite improved, and you are grabbing those things that I am trying to teach in those videos. So good, keep it up. Then next is by Vishalaksha. So Vishalaksha, your drawing is looking superb. The dark values that you have achieved, okay, they are on point. They're good. And those highlights also, you have made it so clear. Okay, you have mixed those white values and those dark values properly. And The water drop effect is also coming real. But one thing you can improve is the shadows. Okay, the shadows are not up to the mark, right? So that you have to improve. And one more thing you can improve is the stick. Okay, the stick of the cherry, if you see, so slight improvement you can do over there. Also, you can make that more clear, the edges. Otherwise, the overall drawing is beautiful. Okay, it's looking super. Keep it up. The finishing work is so good. I like the finishing work. The water effect is coming so real indeed. Okay, then next by Ayushi. Ayushi, so your overall drawing is, I can say, quite nice. The dark values you have achieved properly. Uh, okay, the dark values you have achieved quite nice, but one thing you have to improve is the shape. Okay, the shape of the cherry, if you see, it's not accurate, it's not matching with the reference image. And I have seen this mistake in every of your drawing. Okay, in every of the submission that you have done, I have noted that you are making mistakes in the basic drawing. Okay, your structure is not matching with our reference image. You are doing shading work quite good, but the structure, the proportion, okay, the perspective of the drawing is not matching with the reference image. So that one thing you have to improve first. Because as I've told you in the workshops also, I'm telling you every time that if your structure is not going to be okay, then shading is of no use, right? If you are making a different kind of face and you are doing shading into that, it's of no use. So first make sure that your structure should be perfect. And the water drop effect, still you can add some more droplets, and the shadow is missing as well. You haven't done the shadows and the stick also, okay, of the cherry. So there also you have to add more details. But I can say you have done quite nice. 50% you have done properly, and 50% you have to work. Then next submission. All right. This is by Swaratmika. Swaratmika, as always, your artworks are brilliant. You have improved a lot. Okay. I have seen your complete journey and you have improved a lot. And the final result of Mother Teresa you have got on point. You cannot see any big mistakes in this. But one thing you can improve, or it's not wrong, but you can just make it more better, is the background. Okay, you can see some white values, or it's not pure black, so that thing you can improve. Otherwise, the overall result that you have got is correct. Okay, no mistakes in your artwork, so you have done very well. And I'm looking forward that your bonus work, I think you have done that also. Okay, bonus week you have also done that. So we'll review that also. So superb transformation, and just keep it up. I want you to make now more artworks that you are going to make by your own. I want the same kind of result in your work. Okay, so keep it up. All right. Then next, I think you have submitted the final result also, Reena, right? This is by you only. Okay, so sir, can you please help me understand what is the problem here? This doesn't look like Allu Arjun. Yes. So the mistakes that you have done is, first of all, in the eye. Okay, if you see the eyes, you have slightly made them, roundish, bigger in size, as well as you have done them quite round in shape. Okay, the curve effect you have added so much. So that one thing you can clearly notice in your drawing, so that you have to improve. And also, if you see, the outlines are visible in the clothes. Okay, in the drapery, if you see the outlines, the borders are clearly visible. So that improvement you have to do in this artwork. And shading is quite nice, but you have to make it more clear and more uh, soft. Because if you see the clothes, the drapery, they are looking very rough, the shades are not mixing properly. Okay, so you have to make it soft and clear. Okay, so the drawing is, I can say, 60% good. Remaining 40% you have to work. Okay, the borders are visible. Then the shape of the eye is not accurate. The ears also, if you see, so there also you have to improve. Otherwise, the beard, the mustache that you have drawn, you have got a nice effect in that. The nose is also done properly. Okay, so I hope you have got to know where you have to improve. Then up next, we have. Okay, so this one by Vijaya, if I'm not wrong. Let me just see who has submitted that. Okay, so this is by Kavya. All right, so Kavya, your overall drawing is nice. The shading that you have done is good, but one thing you have to make, better is the white textures that you have added. Okay, they are disturbing the drawing. The white textures, if you see, they are disturbing the drawing. They are like your first attention is going to those white texture. Okay, those white pores that you have created. So you have to make them more accurate, and the quantity of those white pores should be less. Means you can see you have made them very large, or clearly those white lines are visible in the form of lines. They are visible, so that improvement you have to do. Okay, otherwise shading you have done nice, and dark pores are also quite good, but still you have to make these things better. Then your animal hair drawing is perfect. Okay, no issues I can see in this drawing. It's done very nicely. The dark hairs are also obtained properly. The white hairs are also obtained so nicely. So just work on this human skin texture. Okay, make it more precise. Make those white pores or dark pores slightly smaller inside. So you will be able to do that. Okay. All right. Then next we have, okay, Puja Vasu. Right. So here, this kind of result you have to get. Okay, Kavya, you can see the dark pores and the white pores, the quantity, the size you can see. So that kind of, size you have to make. So you have done so nicely, Puja. The shading work is also good, and the textures are also obtained nicely. Okay, so keep it up. Then your animal hair drawing is also nice. The dark hairs are also obtained properly. But one thing you can do better is those white hairs. Okay, what kind of feeling I'm getting when I'm seeing those white hairs is that they're looking like a line. Okay, straight line form. Right? If you also see right now in the screen, you will feel that they are simply straight lines. So you have to slightly make them curves like you have done in dark hairs. Okay, just make them slightly curved. Right now you are getting the feel that they are simple straight line form. So, and if you notice that they are in a single rhythm. Okay, all the hairs are going in the same direction. So that you don't have to do. Right? You have to change the directions at different part of the drawing. All right. Then up next we have this one without name. So whoever has done this, I want you to first write down your name and mention the date. Okay. In every session, every Q&A session, I'm saying you that please mention the date also. If you are not going to mention the date, it will create problem for you while claiming your cashback. So make sure you mention the date. All right. So this was the last. Okay, now we have few more. Right, Swaratmika, as I was talking about your bonus week artwork also. So it's looking brilliant. The overall result is looking so nice. and the structure of the face is also looking good. Okay, so you have done quite nice. One thing you can do more better is the finishing work, the detailing work. Okay, if you see in the specs, the area around the eyes, right? So you can do it more better. So just finishing touch is required. Otherwise, the structure, okay, the proportion of the face is perfect. The values are also obtained so nicely. The beard effect that you have tried to show, it's done so nicely. Okay, so if you want to do finishing work, you can do it. Otherwise, it's perfect. So I'm very much impressed with your all the works from the starting to end. I have seen all of your artworks and you have done almost all of them superbly. All right, so this person, whoever has done this, you have to finish it properly. It's incomplete work. No dates are mentioned. Same, no dates. So please write down the dates. Okay, Annapurna, please, you also have to write down the date. So without forgetting, please mention the date. Okay. So your overall work is looking nice. The proportion is, obtained properly. Means in compared to vase, the apple size is good. Okay, it's correct. And same way, the shades, the different values are also obtained properly. But one improvement that you have to do is, if you see the vase, okay, the white values that you have obtained, okay, those white glossy effect is obtained nicely, but those medium values and those dark values, so that you have to make it more soft. Okay, like you have done the white values. If you see over here, okay, these white values are obtained so nicely. Same way, these dark values also you have to obtain properly. Okay, they are not mixed properly with your other values. So do that thing properly. And also here, if you see, the finishing touch is missing, right? So that thing you have to work on. Okay. Otherwise, the overall drawing is done nicely. I can say 85% it's done. Okay. So remaining 50% you have to do it. Okay. Then up next we have Sachitra. Okay. Suchi. So Suchi, your overall drawing is nice. The dark values are obtained properly. The highlights are also done good, but it can be more better. Okay. At some areas you have to achieve more whiter values. Okay. More pure white highlights you have to achieve. Okay. So good. Keep it up and work on finishing touches as well. If you see this button, it's not, I'm not able to see it clearly. So that finishing touch you have to bring in it. And this one is also done nicely. Okay, the values are also obtained properly and the folds, okay, the turns, the curves, the folds are created so perfectly. So keep it up and you are doing great. Okay, then this one by Sanjana. Okay, so you have done the submission for week one. So Sanjana, you have to improve because if I see your overall drawing, it is completely on darker tones. So the basic artwork, the basic structure is nice, but shading you have to improve. Okay, the shading work you have to improve. You can see the shading is completely on rough side. Okay, in rough direction it is. The values you have obtained are completely dark and not mixed properly. So first you have to understand the dark and light values, mixing them. Okay, then again this one not submitted properly. Okay, so please submit your artworks properly. This will be not accepted. Submit it properly, mention the date. So whoever has done this, please submit them properly. Okay, write down the dates, your names. This one is also incomplete, so I want you to write down the name. and you have done very bad, right? So improve your work. The structure of the flower, if you see, the outlines are clearly not sharp and not accurate. Okay, they are zigzag and the borders are visible. So I want you to make this drawing again. If you want to improve, please make it again, or else you can leave it up to this only. Okay. This one is also not up to the mark. All right, then what I feel in all of your artworks that you have done, this one, this, okay, then this one, what I feel that you have done it like, just to submit, just to finish your work. Okay, I cannot see seriousness in your artwork. It feels like you have just done it in 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, where I'm giving you 7 hours per artwork and you are just finishing it in 5 to 10 minutes. What I feel. Every time I'm telling you that please give the time that it wants. Give your artwork the time that it wants. Okay, be with your artwork. Work it properly. No, spend your time with your artwork. If you will just finish it like that only, randomly, just working anyhow in order to submit and show others, this is not going to work. Okay, increase your patience level. I can see that that is completely missing. Okay, then next by Ayushi. So Ayushi, the figure, the structure of the pomegranate, the fruit is properly done. And this part, okay, this inner part of the fruit you have shown very nicely. The outer part is also shown nicely, but again, one thing I have to improve is the detailing part. Okay, the details are completely missing, small details. If you look over here, this area is looking completely flat. Okay, same these leaves that you have tried to show, they are looking completely flat. So work properly if you are, selecting any detailed artwork, any realistic artwork, realistic image. So please work properly on them. Okay. All right. So these were the submissions and review about your artwork. So I hope that you have got to understand where you have to work. All right. So now if you have any questions, you can ask me or else you can just watch me doing my work. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask me, can speak, or you can just post them in the chat box as well. And if you don't have any questions, you can watch me right now doing my stuff. And if you want to ask anything regarding to that also, you can ask me that. What is the good paper to use? See, it depends that what kind of work you are doing. Okay, means if you are practicing, you can use any kind of normal paper like I use, right? Any kind of normal Xerox paper you can use while you are practicing. But if you are making artwork for, no, for yourself, for your portfolio, for your studio around, placing them on the walls. If you are making those kind of artworks, you can use ivory sheet. Okay, you can use ivory sheets. And if you are making the artworks for commission work, then you must use acid-free paper. So right now, as I'm doing this commission work, I am using acid-free paper. Okay, so that the quality of the paper remains the same for many years. Okay, so you can use this kind of paper. So the brand name is Arto, ARTO. I think I have to now make a separate video on this as well, because in every other Q&A session I'm getting this question. Okay, I'm getting the same questions again and again about the papers and materials. I think I have to make a separate video. No problem. If it's your first question session, I have to answer them. But I'm getting these questions every session from every new student. That's why I think I have to make it. Okay. Annapurna, you are saying, sir, I'm using A4 Xerox sheet. No, see, as I have told you that in the vast, those white values you have obtained so nicely. So you can obtain those dark values also, right? So there you have to work slightly slowly, okay? You have to spend some more time, do it slowly. You will get those values properly. It doesn't matter what kind of paper you are using until and unless it is very rough, you will not get those smoothness, okay? If your paper is very rough, like if you are shading in a watercolor sheet, so there you have different scenario, but when you are working on normal paper, you can achieve the values. So let me just talk to you about this artwork that I'm doing. So it's A3 size paper. Okay, I'm working on an A3 size paper, and here I have to make these three people, three faces. So I have used here tracing method so that I don't have to spend more time in just outline trying. And tracing method you might know, or else you will get to know in your upcoming sessions, like in week number 12 it is there, okay, the realistic hyper realistic hand, right? So there you will learn tracing method if you don't know. So for commission work you can use that tracing method in order to save your time and get 100% accuracy in outline drawing. Okay, so for the last time, ask if you have any questions. You can let me know right now, or else we will end this session. Okay. All right. So thank you for joining. See you next time. Till then, bye bye. Take care, all of you, and have a nice day.